How I started my first business, which is now 9 years old, part 2. Oh, without any funding, part 2.
For now, imagine it.
Welcome, family. It's Katie with my Katie Parati, the purpose entrepreneur, because purpose can be fun as well as income. My studio is coming along nicely. Even my costume or prop one day will come across nicely. So when I'm doing videos with regards to this specific business, which is the organizational change and personal development business, I'll be having a tie, a fun tie, a Maketi tie. But this is the closest thing I have to a tie right now, right? Okay, so there we go. So do subscribe and see if this type of content is for you. I've got more videos coming up, such as the day in the life of the purpose entrepreneur. I've got videos such as my role, as in my job in the different types of companies, because thank the Lord now I'm working with people in those different companies, so I'm not running them alone. And yeah, let's get into it. So I will link the part 1 in the description box below. Now we continue with part 2. So part 2 is basically focused on how the business grew. So I did say that I will create a video specifically to do with sales. So I'm not going to go into that, but I'll talk about how the business grew in terms of getting more clients and in terms of developing to be just more than myself. Okay, so the first one I'm going to start off with is getting more clients. So what I did was I made sure that whenever clients gave me feedback, you know how easy it is, especially when you're a starting out company and you're working alone. It's very easy for people to just call you or tell you face to face, I thought this was great. I thought that was great. Thank you so much for doing this. Please do this better. Please do that better. And it's great for you to apply it in terms of improving what you need to improve and keep doing what they already like. But it doesn't help you in terms of spreading that word and telling other people unless it's written down, right? Or recorded. I love recording now. We've moved up. So what happened was every time somebody gave me feedback, I'd be very honest with them and say, thank you so much. You are actually the 4th client that we've had, and this is our 3rd month. So I would like you to give me that feedback written, whether it's to my email address or via SMS, so that I can tell other people about this specific service of effective icebreakers or challenge specific team buildings. Because when we started out, I started with those 2 services. Right. And then when people gave me that, now when I was approaching other people to say, oh, you know what you do at work, oh, you know what your team does, oh, you know that gathering that you have and you need 1, 2, 3, 4. I offered that to such and such a person from such and such an organization. We offered it to Standard Bank. We offered it to Department of Education. Okay, these are things that are later on. But the things that are earlier on, then I'll say I offered it to a lady that works for the Department of Education for her gathering at home with some of her former colleagues. I offered it to the lady up my street who gathers with her team for network marketing. I offered it to a lady in my street who runs an organization for parents that have kids in preschool, and I did end of the year challenge specific team building intervention for them, and this was the feedback that they had for me. Yeah, that's me trying to remember all the earlier on clients that I started off with when I was alone, especially in the first year. And then I'd say we can do the same for you, and our prices are 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That's something that I never had issues with. Even at the beginning, I never struggled or shied away from stating a price. Always stating a price gives the person enough information to decide the value and what they want and what they can work with. And it also gives them the opportunity to ask other questions that they may have, because sometimes when you position the price, the person may think, okay, so maybe this thing is more valuable than I thought. Then they'll ask you questions to find out what value is coming in that, and yeah, I'll leave it there. And then how we developed into hiring other people, I remember it was in the 3rd year, if I'm not mistaken, and 2 companies wanted challenge specific team buildings because I had done such a great job selling it to them and showing them the results and the value as per the past 2 years. They both wanted it the same day, and one of them was actually a day away. The other one was for 3 hours, and I could not split myself in 2. Right. But thank the Lord, I knew facilitator friends, someone that I could very quickly, because I remember I only had 5 days, very quickly train them on the values of the company, very quickly train them on the facilitation skills that I don't compromise on those specific facilitation skills, right? I will have videos on that. And I took someone who's receptive, and I did that, and they went and just blew my client's mind away. So that's how I started having more people. Then after that, when I started selling more, because now we moved from, this was now end of third year, we moved from just effective icebreakers and challenge specific team buildings. We moved on to training people in public speaking, and that service is called the Public Speaking Factory. And it was growing because people were realizing that effective public speaking is not just for people that work as public speakers, right? But it's also for people that have to have persuasive communication for the sake of delivering reports, delivering presentations, negotiating sponsorship. There's many people that need the skill of effective public speaking. So then I had to get a facilitator to specifically work on that program while I ran on the other two. Then that was the first full-time employed facilitator, and his name was Zweli. When we started, his name was Zweli, and that was the person that ran with that full-time, and he was brilliant. Hi Zweli, wherever you are, do comment, please. I hope you're watching this. Okay, and then after that, then we are now at 9 years, right? 4 years ago from now. So that means when we were 5 years old, I then got this brilliant idea. By then, we already had about 6 facilitators, and we had someone doing sales and admin. I was still helping with sales and admin. And also I was the other facilitator over and above those ones when there was no supply of facilitators and we had a client who wanted us, right? And I got that idea 4 years ago from now. It's like 4 years ago from now, got that idea to offer people the opportunity to sell our services for us, and make great commission, 10 to 20% commission. Like, hello. And not only that, so we don't just say, here are the services, sell them, see your way through. No. We take them through a very simple and effective sales process of how to sell our services. I'll do a separate video on that, but it's basically your phone book and what the people in your phone book are already doing and what you know they need, and bam, Bob's your uncle. So do remember, I'm looking for somebody to do a t-shirt for me, the Purpose Entrepreneur, with my logo, 4 different colors, so that it is like the standard uniform for the 4 different businesses within the video while I do this work. And yeah, now go ahead, subscribe, and decide if this content is for you. And remember to follow me, The Purpose Entrepreneur, on Facebook. Facebook page is just called The Purpose Entrepreneur. That's it for today from me, The Purpose Entrepreneur, because your purpose can be fun as well as income. Until